There's a story from Prague that still chills me. It began with a young man named Marek. He was 27, a software engineer who moved to the city from Slovakia. In a crowded bar on a rainy night, he met a woman named Alina. She seemed radiant, curious about everything he said. Friends later said she had a strange, almost ceremonial way of speaking, as if she were following a script. For weeks, Marek told friends he had never felt so seen. Alina mirrored his words, his tone, his pauses. She finished his sentences. He thought it was connection. It was a tactic, the first seal of the crown. Then came the silence. A week of no calls, no replies. Yet she watched his stories, appeared at the same cafes, never speaking. Marek's mind began filling the vacuum. He replayed every conversation. He wrote messages he never sent. He started to dream about her voice. That's when his friends noticed he was changing, thinner, quieter, more distracted. By the third month, Marek had drifted from his old friends. Alina introduced him to her circle, artists, mystics, people who talked about rituals of forgetting. His name stopped appearing in group chats. Invitations to his old crowd stopped coming. Social erasure. The second seal. The third seal was narrative exile. Alina began retelling shared events in a new way. A trip to Vienna they'd taken together became, in her version, his idea. An argument he remembered as mild became, in her retelling, a violent outburst. He started apologizing for things he couldn't recall. By the time Marek reached out to his sister, he was convinced he'd lost his memory. He thought he was going crazy. His sister flew in from Košice. She kept a notebook. Dates, times, screenshots. She became his witness. It took months to unwind. Therapy, legal advice, and the simple, painful work of writing down every memory immediately after it happened. That evidence became scripture. Reading his own words aloud became his ritual. Piece by piece, the mechanic's hands lost their grip. Marek didn't emerge unchanged. He emerged scarred, but clear. He left Alina's circle. He rebuilt friendships slowly. He began speaking publicly about coercive rituals at a local support group. His story became a warning to others. This story is not about a villain. It's about a pattern. The silent crown, the mechanic's hands, the black mirror. The rituals may change languages, cities and faces, but the structure is always the same. If you recognize pieces of Marek's story in your own life, the mirroring, the silence, the erasure, the rewriting, you are not alone and you are not weak. These tactics are designed to make you doubt yourself. Your defense is evident. Your defense is a witness. Your defense is boundaries spoken aloud. Use Marek's lesson as your ritual. Write, record, witness, and speak. Each act is a nail in the coffin of the spell. And if you want the annotated survivor's manual, the pages that explain these patterns in full, and the ethical counter-rituals that break them, it's in Decoding the Secrets of Dark Psychology 2.0. Link below. Because stories like Marek's aren't fairy tales. They're happening now, in cities you've never been, in languages you don't speak. Knowing the pattern may save you before it starts.